everyone, and welcome back to Big and Little Thoughts with me, Tomahawk, and...
me, Netty Plays. Oh, it feels like, that felt like Marvellous Mountain.
Yeah.
Didn't it? That felt like Marvellous Mountain. That was weird.
Yeah.
That was strange. So we are back, and we are as excited as we were before, aren't we?
Yeah, full of beans.
We are. So it seems as though the feedback we have gotten from the last episode is you guys really enjoyed the idea of Big and Little Thoughts. So we are even more hyped than what we were the first time to now do the next one. Because we were really super excited, weren't we? It had been like
excited but nervous.
Yeah. But we've been working towards it for a while, like talking about it, coming up with ideas, and sort of like saying like we should do this. But because we were away so much, we weren't able to actually organise it or actually get it sorted. And so for us now, it was like kind of like being built up for ages, and we were like, oh my gosh, what if no one likes it? Like we're not playing games and stuff. But the feedback from you guys has been incredible, so we're really chuffed with that, aren't we, Tom?
Thank you. We are, Netty.
We are. And today we have a new subject. My earphones keep coming out of my ear, which is weird. So our new subject for today is, are you going to do a drum roll? Did you get any props?
It's Christmas soon. If anyone would like to buy me a drum set or a little then please. I'll just do and I'll add it with the music like I did last time.
It is holiday!
Yay!
So Tomahawk and I are going to be discussing our holidays, what we've kind of like, what we would consider a holiday, what we normally do. Because like everyone, especially family holidays, everyone's got their different traditions, their different things that they normally do, whether they're like, some people go on holiday and they are kind of like, you sleep in all day and just go out in the evening, or some people want to lie on the beach all day or by the pool, some people want to be up a mountain, like some people want to be skiing, someone wants to be in a museum. So there's loads of different types of holidays out there. So first question, I guess, kind of makes sense, Tom. What is a typical holiday to you?
Typical holiday for me.
Do you remember what that thing is? Do you remember that? A holiday, a day off, like where you go away for fun, no events.
I don't think I've had a proper holiday in a long time. My perfect kind of holiday would be... No. My typical holiday would be...
Yeah. Only because that's going to be a question I'm going to ask you in a bit.
I'm trying to think of it. The only like typical holidays I can think of was like holidays with my parents and my brother when I was younger.
Yeah, like that's perfect. Do you want me to answer this first, and then you can?
You go first. You go first.
Okay.
Let me think.
So for us, for my family, for the Garrett family, what it always used to be. So we would always stay a night in London the night before, go out for dinner, and that would be like the start of our holiday, and then get a really early flight. My sister and I would always have really super comfy socks for on the plane, like our plane socks, and then we would get there, and then like the first thing we would do is like go in the room. Us kids would always want to go like straight in the pool and stuff, but like on the holiday, because Squishy and Stampy did a video a while back, and Squishy found this really weird, that this is a thing that our family always used to do on holiday, but
probably is weird. Yeah,
but we all just thought it was like a thing that everyone does when they go on holiday. Like we always go to like churches.
What?
Not to go to church, but just to visit it.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
Because normally in like different places in Europe and stuff, they have like really beautiful churches, like really like spectacular ones.
Yeah,
like, really nice.
Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. It's not like let's go to Italy. Let's go. Forget the beach. Forget anything. Let's go to a church.
But
like,
they're
it's
really
not like
beautiful.
high on the priority. I understand that and I can appreciate that, but it's not like as soon as I get off the plane, like, I can't wait for the church. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
No,
Stewardess,
but like
get
that's
my
not
peanuts.
like that. This is like what we would do with my parents. So that this wouldn't be necessarily be my top. I'm not saying what would be my ideal holiday. I'm saying
We're
what my
saying this
typical
now.
holiday.
We're saying this now. If we ever was to go on a holiday, I bet you're like, we're going to church.
No, like that's not. It's not my. It's not on my list of things. I'm talking about my typical holiday, like what we always do on holiday. Like our traditions, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like I mean, it's genuinely not my. Like this is probably going to cause me some hate comments, but like I'm not even christened. Like, I'm not in any way religious. And so for us to visit churches, it is literally just admiring the architecture and stuff like that.
Fair enough. That is fair enough.
So we'd always do that. We'd often do like a boat trip. Like where we'd go off on a boat somewhere, we'd like normally like jump off the boat into the water.
Family holidays are so weird in comparison.
We'd always have like, we always used to do one of those really awful coach trips where like you go from like one town to a town and like but it's really nice seeing the different places, like don't get me wrong, but I'd rather do it on my own because I don't, you know what I'm like with timekeeping, I don't like being told like you've got to do this at this time, like back on the bus, otherwise we're going without you, and it's like, oh. And like there's some of the places you want to spend less time in and some of the places you want to spend more time in, but you can't. But yeah, we'd obviously have like chill out times and stuff as well. And we would always have like a joke of the holiday that will become like the joke for like the rest of the holiday, and like next holidays we'll like remember it and then we'll bring it up. And like we'll pick a restaurant like throughout the holiday that will become our favourite, and then that would then be like where we go on our last night as well.
Okay.
And we always give names to people. Like, there was like a family, we called them the Wormwoods from Matilda because they look like them and stuff. Like, we always give people names. And like, there was like a family, we called them the Schnitzels, and they didn't stop sneezing. Like, all of them just sneezed all the time. Like, constantly. But yeah, true story, that.
Yeah.
So your typical holiday then, Tom?
My typical holiday used to be with my parents, and I think we only went abroad like twice or 3 times. Our typical holiday would be involving a caravan, so we'd normally like travel to like Wales or Cornwall and stuff, and like I used to love like traveling to Cornwall.
Oh yeah,
to, like
Cornwall's brilliant.
We go to,
for those of you who don't know, who are in America and stuff like that, Cornwall is a place that's like right on the south coast of England. It's like the southwest, isn't it? Like, it's like basically as far south as you can go, and it has like the most beautiful beaches. It's known for its like surfing and stuff like that.
Which we used to go down to Newquay, and that used to be my day of a perfect holiday. Go down there for 2 weeks, surf every day, eat like seafood, fish and chips, all that kind of stuff. Go on the beach. That was the idea. The worst bit was, it was a 7-hour car journey down.
Gosh.
And then, this was before, mobiles and stuff. I used to have like a little Game Boy, and I'm there like, Mum, I've run out of batteries, or swapping. Like, I think me and Squid used to have like Pokemon Blue or something, and he used to have something else, and we'll get to a point where we just swap over cartridges. This is old school. You guys do not know. You guys can now, I'm sounding old, and this is true. You guys can get a tablet, you can watch, 6 films, and you're there. It didn't happen like that. No. We used to do word searches. I used to have a map before sat-navs, and I used to direct my dad, like, you need to follow this on for a couple of miles and tell this. So yeah, that was a typical holiday for me. It was either sleeping in a caravan or a tent and camping. So yeah, that was my typical holiday when I was younger.
So that's like, they're both like very different. Like we used to the other thing we used to do is we used to go to like Ireland quite a lot, to stay with my grandparents. That would be like our holiday, because they lived in Ireland, which was really fun. But yeah.
True story.
Okay, so what is the best place you have ever been, and why?
On holiday.
That is the theme of the video. But don't forget, like, you could include, like, say, Anaheim and stuff like that, or like that would count. Like anywhere you've been on a plane to, or driven to for like fun, or you could even say when you came to mine. Count as a holiday.
I don't know, let's have a think. Probably I'm gonna say Portugal, because I went to Portugal when I was like 17, 18, and it was my first holiday without my parents, and I kind of went with a bunch of friends from college, and we had a cool time. We went to Praia as it's called. It was kind of awkward at the time. A certain event happened, and I went there a week after the certain event happened. I won't mention what it is, but some of you guys will probably work out what it is. And we stayed there, we had fun, and it was just a really cool holiday. We had our own little villa and a pool, and it was just so much fun. And then, yeah, it was a really cool holiday. So that for me, I won't go into too much detail, but it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool.
I say the best place I've ever been. Can I pick two?
Well, I only pick one. You gotta pick one. Pick one. Don't be greedy.
Okay, just for somewhere that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Santorini because it's a teeny tiny island that is actually like, so it used to be a volcano and the volcano erupted and then
when you were there?
No, not when I was there. And the middle bit sunk down. But then that was the volcano bit, but it came back up. So then there's like this tiny volcano bit in the middle, and then water, and then there's like a half semicircle kind of thing, which is basically it's like a narrow mountain thing. But that's what Santorini is. So like there's houses and it's all on cliff edges and stuff, and like everywhere has like the most amazing view, and it's actually an active volcano, so you can go swimming in the springs and stuff. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's all like...
It sounds really nice, but swimming in an active volcano does not sound like my perfect kind of holiday. I'm too worried about it just going...
It's like... No, because there's the technology now. You get like enough warning that you would be able to leave. But like it's... like, so there's like loads of cave houses. So like the houses are built like within the rock. And like all the sand's like... It's like little teeny tiny black stones. It's like really, really cool. It
sounds pretty. It does sound really pretty. It sounds pretty good.
PewDiePie and Marzia went. They did a video. They went. It's the one. It's always in loads of adverts. It's the one with the white buildings with the blue roofs.
Oh, that narrows it down.
No, it's in like almost every beautiful.
Is it like
advert.
in that Greek yogurt advert?
Yeah, that's Santorini.
So why would you have it? Right, Santorini. Where's my geography's messed up? Where's Santorini in relation to Greece?
It is Greece. It's kind of like off Greece.
Ah, right. So it's fine then. So we were allowed to use that for a Greek yogurt advert.
Yeah. It's like really, really stunning.
Oh, you can't film that there. That's nowhere near Greece. That's not allowed. You've got to take it to Greece to film that.
Seriously, everyone pause your video right now and Google Santorini. Go on, Tom. Even now, you have a look right now. I bet you think it's spectacular.
It's beautiful.
You're not looking. You didn't. Look it up. Come on.
No.
Everyone else is pausing. Come on.
No, I'll pause it. I'll look after the video. We've got questions to get through.
He's never gonna understand.
I will understand the beauty of Santorini someday when I go and experience it for myself in pure beauty.
Okay, that's our mission. We'll go there one day.
Okay.
Okay.
So. You can see a little genie in Santorini.
Oh my gosh.
Could be there.
Now we're gonna go on to a more silly question.
Okay. 6.
What? Pardon?
6 is the answer.
Okay. What is the weirdest food you've tried on holiday?
Frog's legs in France and snails.
Did you eat? Did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in school.
Oh.
I went when I was like 15. I went to France. Yeah, I tried frog's legs and snails. It was weird.
What
frog's
did it
leg tastes like chicken.
Did it?
And the snail just tasted like it was disgusting.
Was it slimy? Or did it
dry
up?
It was all cooked. It was all dried. It was grim.
Oh my gosh. Can we tell the funny story of what we
Which
did to
one?
James in Wagamama's?
Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys probably know the James MC. He's one of my friends, and back in the day when we first started hanging around with James, we kind of used to like stitch him up with it a little bit. So we went to Wagamama's one time. There was a big group of us, and the thing is about James, I absolutely love James. He's so funny. But we had a little thing of like, if me and Netty sat across from him at dinner, we'd try and like. It was just hilarious eating.
He's just funny to watch eat.
It's just funny. It's just funny to watch eat. It sounds really weird and creepy. It's honestly not.
No, but he would have like a massive burger, and he would like squash it down for like ages, and he'll be there for like a good minute, like prepping to eat it, and then he'll like go up to it, it's like to go to have a massive bite, like, and then he'll just take the tiniest little nibble off the edge, and it's like, what was the big build up for?
We're not complete creeps, so don't go around watching it. Oh, look.
That is really funny.
I'm just gonna eat. Go on. So
but
tell
like,
the story.
yeah, so one time, Tom, what always happens is Tom and I always complain about this, because whenever we go out in a big group, like I want to be like see Tom and catch up with him, and then it will end up being really separated and really far away. And you were actually ended up on a different table, didn't you?
Yeah.
And so, like, we're sending each other, like, silly messages and stuff. And, like, James was there, and I wasn't that hungry. We were in Wagamama's, and I had, like, these little, like, pork, like, dumpling things. And they came out, they looked, like, a bit weird, like, in shape. They're, like, really nice, but they do look a bit strange. And James was like, oh, like, what's that?
What you got?
And I was like, oh, it's slugs. And he was like, what? Like, oh, that's disgusting. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, try one. And he was like, oh no, I don't want to. I was like, go on, like, try one. And so he picked it up and he, like, dipped it in the sauce, and he was like, oh, what's the sauce? And I waited him to take a bite, and then I was like, oh, so they juiced the slugs first and then put a bit of soy sauce in and stuff. And he was like, oh. But he actually was like, oh, I actually quite like it. But I messaged Tom and everyone. I was like, if James says anything, like, pretend that they serve, pretend they serve slugs and Wagamama's. And so everyone did, and we kept it going. And then it wasn't until, like, quite a while after I made a comment to James, like, I was like, it wasn't really, it was like pork. And he was like, oh, he was like, I'm so annoyed, like, I told my mum and she told my nan. Like, he was all chuffed. He tried, because he was like, oh, I quite like it. So fair play to him. Like, if that was me, I would be grossed out by thinking it's slug. And even if I did like it, I would think I didn't like it by the fact it's slug.
Then the next time he goes to Wagamama's, like, have some slugs. We don't do anything. Well, he did last time. I mean, I want to see a different menu. It's not fair.
But yeah, so that's kind of off subject a bit. I don't think I've really eaten anything that weird. I remember when I was really, really little, and it was my first ever, like, holiday on a plane, my first time on a plane and stuff. And, like, we went to Turkey, and my sister and I had been getting, like, pizza and stuff, like, every night. My mum was like, come on, like, you two need to try something different. Like, you can't just have pizza every night. We were like, okay. And we went up to the counter thing to see what there is. And I just remember seeing this thing and being like, oh, like, what's that? And they were like, oh, it's octopus legs. And I remember being so scared because it was, like, still, like, the tentacle kind of thing. And I just remember Rachel and I just freaked out. We're like, no, we're having pizza. That's it. Nothing else. Never again. Like, not doing it. But yeah. So, have you got any embarrassing stories from holiday?
Embarrassing stories from holiday. Yeah, I've got a funny story. I won't really say it's embarrassing. It's more embarrassing / funny. Me, Squid, and a couple of friends went on a holiday to Greece a couple of years ago, and and basically it was such a long process getting there. Like, literally got there, and then I had to drive up there, and we got lost for a couple of hours. Anyway, so we're all really tired, and we finally got into a villa, and we're all just kind of like running around and stuff like that. And Squid found this plunger, right? You know, a toilet plunger?
Yeah.
Right? So he just ran up to me, and he just went, Tom, and I went, what? And he just went, boop, straight on my head, and it stuck straight on my head like that. So he's there, absolutely in hysterics. Everyone's kind of laughing at me and stuff like that. And then he just goes, and he pops it off the head, and the noise was such a big, like a massive, like, pop noise. They were literally all on the floor crying, and I was just there, just like, Greece.
It's good though.
So yeah, that was kind of funny / embarrassing.
Don't
put a plunger on a bald man's head. Don't do it.
That would be a good, like, Halloween costume. It's like,
no. No.
I've got 2. Can I say 2?
Yes.
Is that okay? Okay. So story number 1 was when I was a lot younger, and I got to the beach and I was really excited about going down to the water and stuff like that. So I took off my shoes and I sat on the sunbed, and I stood up, and the sand was so hot it burnt my feet. I jumped up in the air, screamed, jumped onto the sunbed. The sunbed, I sat on the end, it flipped up, and it had, like, the foldy bit, and it smacked me over the head. So, like, everyone on the beach saw that. That was really embarrassing. But then my other really embarrassing one, this is more embarrassing because it's more recent, and it's not more, like, this was partly, like, my own fault. And this is, like, within the last, like, 5 years of my life, I would say. Maybe. So it's fairly recent. So we had gone for lunch, like it was like a beach bar-y thing. We'd gone for lunch, and on the menu it said, like, toasty sandwiches, and that's all it said. It didn't say any fillings or anything like that. And so I said, like, oh, please, can I have a chicken and tomato toasty? And the person like looked at me like really confused, like sort of like, what? And I was like, oh, like chicken and tomato toasty. And I sort of repeated it a couple of times. She just stared at me really confused. So I started acting out a chicken, like being like, you know, like, and like doing like my arms and stuff and acting like a chicken. And then she like paused for a second and she went, I know what a chicken is. Like really blunt. And I was just like, oh my God. And then after that, Stampy was like, oh, I'll have the same, please. And so they were like, okay. And then they brought us a cheese toasty sandwich with a chicken dinner, with like half a chicken on the bone on the plate, with like salad and chips and stuff, and a cheese toasty. But it was only meant to be like a light lunch. But yeah, so that was pretty embarrassing.
That's interesting. Pretty interesting.
But I did proper act it out. I was sat there like going,
I love that. I think my dad did the same with a cleaner, and he was doing like an action for toilet roll, and she spoke English. It was pretty funny.
What's the action for toilet roll? Or like pulling it.
Wiping.
Oh no, too far. Too far.
It's like, you got to it's like, yes, there you go, sir. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, Tom, for you, would you rather, like, if tomorrow I said, like, right, you can go on holiday.
We're going on holiday!
No, we're not going on holiday. Would you rather have, like, a relaxing beach holiday or more like an active holiday? Are you one of those people that wakes up and they want to be out and doing stuff and exploring and going, like, putting on your walking shoes and...
I'm kind of tired and stuff. And I could do with a break, but if you said to me I could go snowboarding in Italy tomorrow, I'd jump all over it.
Yeah.
I'd totally jump all over it. I like to be doing things on holiday. I feel like that if you're there, you should experience things. And like, you know, laying on the beach and getting sun is fine. Obviously, me as a YouTuber, I do not get the sun. And the sun doesn't get me. But snowboarding, surfing, all on it. Like, so yeah, snowboarding.
Okay.
So
you would say more active.
Now?
Like I don't really have a preference. I do, I guess. I guess I would if I could, like, say if someone said to me for the rest of your life you could only have active holidays or you could only have relaxing holidays, I would go with relaxing.
Yeah, I suppose you can be active at home.
Well, I don't know. Like I love to go snowboarding and like that kind of thing, and I like going out and exploring the area. And like when we used to go on family holidays, it would always be Stampy and I would be like, should we go and explore? And we'd like go off and like see what the local area was, and like we'd end up like some weird mountain thing kind of thing, and just like sort of see the area. But like so I like doing things, but I like days off.
Yeah. So you're a relaxer, I'm a...
Well, I like a mixture. I like a mixture.
Well, you could only pick one. You can't have both, okay?
I'll go relaxing
Right,
then.
okay. So Netty's relaxing.
Okay, so on your dream holiday, you've picked snowboarding.
Yeah.
Now, if you could only pick 5 people to take with you, who would you take?
Oh, Netty, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'd probably take Martin because I'd like to think it'd be up for snowboarding too. Big B because it's Big B. I'd take Mini snowboarding because I'd like to watch him fall. I
tell you what, you're doing pretty much what I was going to say, our Minecon house.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was literally Tom, Minnie, Big B, Martin, Zoe, and then me. So yeah, that's like with the 5 people.
Pretty much
the Minecon house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just because it was like, it's a good mix. So in that group, you've got Big B, who's just like really super nice and like really funny and just kind of like the easiest person to get along with ever. Minnie, who's just like, he's Minnie with an audience. He's just hilarious.
Comical value.
Yeah, and like when everyone's really tired and stuff, we can all just lie on the sofa and just like watch him like entertaining us.
Yeah,
like
true.
Actually, Minnie and Martin together I'd say they're both like
Martin a good combination.
They bounce off each other very well, and Martin's the one that you could be like, oh, I dare you to do this, or like, go on,
He'll do it.
like go and do that, and he'll just like go and do like backflips into the pool or whatever. And then you've got Tom, who's obviously like one of my best friends and like one of the closest people I'm with, so it's kind of like someone who, I don't know, we just sort of get on well, don't we?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
feels so forced into that. He doesn't agree.
She's there, I can feel her. And she's again with a sign, she's going,
Do it.
okay, I'm doing it. Ow! Do I hit my... Okay, we're fine. It's fine.
And then Zoe's obviously... Zoe is one of those people that she's sort of like... She's so caring, and she's sort of like... I think she's the youngest out of all of us, but I would say she's the most mature.
Yeah, she is. She is like the mum of the group.
She just sort of like looks after everyone, and she's just sort of like... I don't know, she's really funny, and she gives the best cuddles, so when you're really tired, it's like, Zoe. She like just gives you a hug, and you're like, thank you.
Plus she's good at singing as well.
Oh yeah, and she can sing.
Yeah.
Really well.
Which is
and
needed.
she's really funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd say that's actually a really good group. Our Minecon house. Okay, so have you have you ever had to use hand signals because you've not known the language?
Know the language. I'm doing hand signals right now. Yes. I can't remember which country I was in. I think it's America.
Really? No, I was like, really? Can't be.
Yeah, I've done it before.
I guess I've already said my story with the chicken. But
Where did I have to do it? Where did I have to do it?
My dad did it. He sorry,
yeah,
you go.
I have done it. I did it in Italy when I went snowboarding with school because I had suspected appendicitis.
Oh my
that
gosh.
That was a fun holiday. just like, it hurts.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was a fun holiday. That was good. Yeah. So yeah, I've had to use it in Italy, and that's why that's probably has pushed me to want to learn Italian now. So if I do go back, I can be like, requiesta escapace, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah.
My dad, he really wanted a kettle in his room because he drinks tea like
your dad would tell me about it before he went to Iceland.
Oh yeah. So he
Not
always he always needs a kettle, and when we were away, they didn't have a kettle in the room, so he wanted to go and get one. And he was asking someone for a kettle. They took him to the watering cans.
Oh God.
Will
that do, sir? That will not do. It will not allow. We just get like a pan of water. Heat it up.
Yeah, but on what? In a hotel room?
We'll go and ask him for a stove. I'd love to see what will come back with that one.
I guess you could just leave it outside on the balcony, heat the water up that way.
Yeah.
This might be a silly question for you, Tom.
Yeah.
Have you ever been really badly sunburned on holiday? I can imagine you did. Once when Tom did a race thing, he got really sunburnt on his head, and he sent me a picture, and I turned him into a strawberry.
I think the first holiday I went on when I lost my hair, you know that kind of like the sunblock that like kind of lifeguards put on.
Yeah.
The white stuff, and it's pretty much just it's kind of like wax and stuff. You put it on your head. On your eyes, and nothing burns. My friend had a tube of that, so I kind of like did lines down my head, so it looked like I had like burnt dreadlocks on.
Oh my
God!
Doing
that was pretty bad.
That's funny.
I think like when I used to go surfing all the time, because like literally, the sun reflects off the water, so I'm in the water the whole time surfing and stuff. So I used to literally have the tannedest face, hands and feet, and that was it. The rest of me, I was like bottle. Like same colours as t-shirt. So yeah, I have been sunburned. But don't get sunburned.
I don't sunburn that easily. I tend to like just keep getting dark, but I have been sunburned, but never like horrendously.
Yeah, it's not cool. Wear sun cream.
Yeah, so, it is really important to wear sun cream. I mean, even if you don't burn, you should still wear sun cream.
Protect your skin. You only get it once.
Yes. If like with the mood that you're in right now, what would be your dream holiday?
if I had a device so I could get there really quick, I'd probably go to Australia.
Oh.
Because-
Or where's the other place? Eh?
Iceland.
No.
Where?
I
don't know.
Yes, you do. We always say it's where we want to go. I'm giving you a good clue. Exactly.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You're
Tell
gonna
me.
No, I'm not going to now. You're never gonna know. Neither is anyone else.
Where do I want to go with you?
Someone we know lives there. We've even said about going there at one point.
Oh no, it's A. No, it's A, not A. It's A. You're like,
What's
what are you
the
talking about?
difference?
A.
I
There's
was
a
just-
massive difference.
What?
You're doing like A off of Finding Nemo. You're like A. No. The A is different. It's
How
pronounced
do you
like
spell it?
it's spelt the same, but it's said differently. You've
It's
got to
the
say it
same
differently.
thing.
No, it's not.
So you couldn't get it because that wasn't a big enough clue. 'Cause
Exactly.
I didn't say A quite the right way.
Exactly, because I got confused between Finding Nemo and right. So basically, we're about Canada.
Who's going
Okay, we're about Canada. People from Canada will back me up on this. We go. This is gonna might be offensive, but you know, you always say like, you're coming down to the coffee shop, eh? Like that. You say eh, like that. With a more deeper voice, it's I go, eh.
Yeah, but I don't have
Eh?
a deep voice.
Try put you have a deep voice. You can put a deep voice when
And
you want.
I was over-emphasising it to give you the hint.
Well, I think you messed up with whoever. Anyway, so what about going to Canada? Because PB lives there. We want to go and visit him. It would be super cool to do. So yeah, Canada is definitely somewhere we both want to go. It's not too far of travel either for us. It's probably about 7 hours or something, maybe a bit more. But that's a bit more feasible than 14. So yeah, Canada. If you'll have us, we will come there. Thank you very much. I've been tomahawking.
I think the mood I'm in at the moment, the holiday I would want is one of those ones where you're in like those little huts and they're on stilts in the water, and you've got like a little
in
decking.
like Thailand or something.
Yeah, like with the
that'd
really
be
nice
cool.
blue, and like the ones where you can like see the fish swimming below you,
That sounds pretty cool.
and just sit there and just feel. Because I've got a weird thing about the water. Like I love watching the water. I get like almost like a bit hypnotized by it. So being on the water, I'd just be like in a daze, just like. But yeah,
Right.
that would be
Yes.
really cool.
Yeah.
What is the last holiday you went on? Would Anaheim count for both of us?
Yes, because technically we had a day off, so.
Yeah. So when we went to Anaheim in California, so when we went over to
LA, baby.
Minecon,
LA
Oh.
was pretty good. It was
Yeah.
hot.
yeah,
Very hot.
it was really good. Baseball game was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was fun. It was so great. Like every time here, I was like, pew, pew. It was like, it's cool. I liked
What
it.
is like your favorite moment when you go on holiday? Like, what is your moment when you're like, I'm on holiday?
And when after I've got over jet lag and I'm sat down the next day, I don't think I get the. It's proper weird. Like normally it's like when I got off a plane and the heat.
That's
hits
what
you.
I was gonna say. That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. Is when you get off and it's like a really like. I know it sounds stupid, but like a hot heat, like a dry heat.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like I don't like. That's when I know I'm somewhere different. But that's not when I'm like the holiday starts to me when I'm at the place where I need to be. Not
Yeah.
like the traveling from the airport to where I'm going.
Yeah.
It needs to be like where I am.
Yeah.
Or it'll just be a moment, and I'll just be like, "Oh my god, I'm in America!" Like,
Yeah.
or something like that. Like, I'll have one of those random moments. It's never anything specific. I'll just be there, and I'll just be like, "What the heck? Where am I?" Oh, and
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, like you know, it'll just dawn on me. So yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's like sitting on a balcony and like looking out. That's my favourite thing.
Waking up the next morning in a different country is always cool as well.
Yeah. What is like your favourite holiday moment like ever? Like what like that's quite a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I've got multiple.
Yeah, I think it was kind of nice when we were all just like in Anaheim when we were all just chilling that day, when we had the pool day, even though it was kind of stressful and it was busy and it wasn't really chill, it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Or just on it, the best point for me on an evening when we all just chill out and hang out and just talk, and we're not doing anything, we're just out like eating and stuff like that, and just like that's the best thing for me.
Have you ever injured yourself on holiday?
Yeah.
What?
Well, there's appendicitis, suspected appendicitis. What else have I done? I don't think I've actually like really damaged myself on holiday. Touch wood. What have I done? I've done some silly stuff on holiday.
I had to get stitches.
I've never had stitches.
I went on a big like bouncy castle thing that's inside a swimming pool, and it was like a big dome, and you had to climb up and then you slid down it, and then someone was like, go down head first, and I was like, yeah. I went down head first, and I had to have stitches across like all the top of my nose, like I cut it all open. And I remember like coming out in the water and there just being blood everywhere, because in the water it's obviously like loads worse, and I got like rushed off to like the thing, like they had to evacuate the pool. And I remember like them saying, my sister got really panicked, like she got really protective over me, and she was like, oh my god, and they were like, will it make you feel better if you see it and then you know it's not that bad? And she was like, yeah. And she looked at it, and the face she gave of like pure like, oh, kind of thing. And at this time I hadn't seen it, I hadn't seen a mirror, I never saw what it looked like, they never let me see it, I only saw it after stitches. But her face, and I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Like, this is bad. I was so scared. And the doctor's surgery where I had the stitches, so the waiting room was outside. You went in, it was like this tiny room. The doctor was sat in there smoking. There was a dog in there.
Nice.
And I had to lie there and have stitches in this room. And I was like,
nice.
It was really scary. But it was cool. How do you cope without data?
I can beat that. The Italian hot. When I was in hospital, the nurse had to like get a blood sample from me. And it took her 5 times to find a blood vessel.
Oh,
so she ended up having to get a doctor to come do it. I was like, how can you miss? I've been told I'm a nurse's dream with these veins. But yeah. Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry.
How do you cope without data roaming on holiday?
It's the worst thing ever. It's a bad thing and it's a good thing. Not having data makes you appreciate the environment you're in more. So if you haven't got an excuse to go on your phone, then you're more likely to take in your surroundings, which I really do like. But then it's kind of bad if people are like trying to get older and you can't get older.
Yeah. No, I've got to admit, like, I really hate it when you've just got to keep connecting to Wi-Fi. And the other thing with that, but if it's when you connect to Wi-Fi, it's normally because you're in a restaurant or something like that. And so if that's the only time you can catch up with the world, it's also really rude to be on your phone.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Everyone's
so
chatting
it's
and
like
stuff,
so it's kind of like, it's better if you can just kind of keep up to date. And like obviously now, like with like us having to be up to date with Twitter and things like that, like we do have to check, and it's just kind of like, oh, like, sorry, I've got to do this, like it's got Wi-Fi. But right, last question.
Okay.
What are like your top 5 items that you're like, oh my gosh, that's a must? Like, what would you always be like, oh my god, I can't believe I've come away and not brought that with me?
Vitamin C tablets, spare headphones, because if you lose your normal headphones and you need a spare, battery, big battery for charging my phone, I'm gonna sound so girly for me, chapstick and sunglasses. Because AC dries your lips out, and if you're doing stuff on stage, you don't want to be there all like. Anyway, mine was the girliest thing ever, but yeah.
My lips really hurt. Bring my chapstick.
You don't got a chapstick.
For me, I would say, one, it's like a big scarf thing. Like, even if it's thin, only because, one, it can be, like, if you have a random trip to the beach, like, you can have it as a towel to lie on. You can wrap it around you like a sarong, or in the evening, if it's cold, wrap it over your shoulders, and have it as a blanket on the plane. Like, it's like my must. A pair of flip-flops and normal shoes kind of thing. Like, I would want, like, a choice of shoes. portable phone charger,
Yeah, essential.
headphones. I don't know. I think that's 5, isn't it? I've not been counting.
It's 4.
Swim stuff. I'd be really upset if I forgot my swim
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I can't believe, Tom, this has been an even longer episode than last
I
time.
know. I've been watching the time.
Can
We're
you
like,
believe
it's going
it?
so, going so quick.
I know.
But-
The series goes so quickly.
That is it this week for Big and Little Thoughts. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Once again, please make sure to leave suggestions in the comment section below, and make sure to kind of tweet us on a social media and everything else about if you've been enjoying the series, what you like, what you may not like, what you want to see differently, all that kind of stuff. But big thank you for watching, massive thank you for the support, and
Should we let them know what the theme is next week?
yes, we
Because
shall.
it's a good one.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
are doing our childhood memories. So we are going to be letting you know all our stories and things like that from what happened when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And
But we
that
will
was a
see
lot of
you
you have asked for
next
that.
week for that. Because
Yeah.
we've run out of time. We've gone too long. So you
I
guys
know.
are thinking, when is this going to finish? It's going to finish soon. But thank you very much for watching. And what did I say last week?
We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.